Greetings, family. Dumelang, Lochani, Sanbonani, Emakaya. Welcome to our very first episode of Let's Heal Marriages with me, Ututuzile Ngwagachilu Mdwana Utetega Mahlangu, Ngumama Mabhuma. Welcome to the secret space that God created of marriage. We are here to heal, restore, and find God in every single marriage because God had a plan. Back in Genesis 2 verse 24, when he created marriage, he said a man will leave his mother and father and cling onto his wife so that they become one flesh. That was God's purpose. Today on our first episode, we've got a beautiful lady. Her name is Tshidy Kekana Manganye. Welcome, Manganye.
Thank you so much, Mama Mabhuma, for welcoming me. And I must say, it's nice to be here.
Really, my friend.
Yeah.
Long time. I must say it's the longest time.
Yeah, no, it's ages. And then boom. Like yay. Ngithi manje kwanini presenter? Hey, itizenzeka
because you know what? I started this podcast because I feel uthi marriages are suffering.
Yeah.
And I feel that we are bleeding.
Yeah.
And we are bleeding in the wrong places. And someone said, monkey see, monkey do, which is our kids.
Yeah.
Our kids don't do what we say. They do what they see.
Exactly.
You know? And marriage is a pull and push, you know. We need to try and invest in our marriages so that our kids do not hurt as much anymore. Because at this point, our kids are in very painful moments.
Truly.
So, yeah, when I thought about the space, you know, I thought about it for the longest time. I don't want to lie. I've been contemplating. I've been putting it off. I have been brushing it off, but it kept on coming.
Yeah.
So
you had to do it.
We are here.
We had to be here.
We are here, you know. And I think most importantly is to heal that inner child. I got married when I was so young.
Okay.
Yes.
How old were you though?
21.
21.
Yeah, with no reference of marriage.
Jeez.
You know,
you're
just
so young.
Yeah, I was extremely.
You haven't seen anything, Muswen.
And nangututu ushadile.
Hey,
you know, you are put in that swimming pool. You cannot swim, my darling.
Yeah, I think you had just an idea. A marriage is like, bring me flowers. And the flowers, will those flowers come 365 days a year?
Because it's not even, I had an idea. I don't want to lie. I didn't have an idea.
You just went marriage. There, loving this guy. What's in fun,
Jemina?
Yeah.
And I just went in, you know. So, yeah, I remember my father asked me someday, you know, when I was pestering him, amalobolo and all of that, I said to my dad, and you know how strict my father was.
Yeah, I know.
And I said to Dad, you know what, Baba, can you just allow me to get married? You know the question that my father asked me, I think 2 decades before, I still remember it today. He says, do you even know umchato uyini?
Yeah. What is marriage?
What is
So today, can
marriage?
you answer him? If he was alive, if he's listening, may his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Like, would you still today maybe answer that question? Like, if your father would say, "Dudu, what is marriage?" or "What has marriage been to you?"
Yeah, I would try to answer, but I'm not sure whether my answer will be in a scale that he would want it, because he was very strict.
Yeah.
And he didn't, actually, to be honest, he didn't want me to get married. So I'm 15 years in marriage, 3 beautiful boys. You know, in my marriage, Mkosi, I learned...
So you have 15 years experience?
Do you call it experience?
If we insurance, it could be maturing, any halfway of maturing.
But my friend, let's talk about you, Mkosi, because we are here and I want us...
No, wait. Please, what did you say? What is marriage? What did you say to him?
Back then, I said, I don't know when I'm willing to find out.
Yeah.
Back then. You know, because I was in love, naive. Didn't know what am I putting myself into, you know, until now. 15 years later, you know, you ask me what is marriage, I'll tell you that marriage is a partnership. You know, we both need to be in sound mind. We both need to, you know, we need to grow and support one another. Most importantly in marriage, according to Ududu, it's communication. And believe me, I find out in a hurting way. I didn't know that we need to communicate. I did not know
when
that
the train is moving, you find out.
You know, I did not know, my friend, that fane masikhuluma silalelani. I didn't know that by then. You know, you know, we were talking. Both of us, we were talking, but we were not listening to each other. You know, so that's what I've learned, that you talk, I listen, and we give each other a chance. And if the conversation gets heated, you just leave it, you do introspection, and you come up with a resolution that will work for us.
You said you want to heal the inner child. How wounded is that child?
My inner child.
And again, by talking, by finding, maybe inviting different people on the platform, would that heal you, or would that maybe make you feel, you know, better and alive again, and maybe feeding that inner child with, you know, we are here and we are in the game and it's running nicely.
You know, the inner child has been healing because, number one, I like therapy. Number two, I consult with my psychiatrist every month. And my inner child is healing. Even if this inner child is healing, this inner child wants to explore what I didn't get a chance to explore. Do you understand? I want to know your perspective of marriage. I want to know someone else's perspective of marriage. And I want this inner child to understand that you tried as a 21-year-old. Because I feel like beating up myself because of the mistakes that I've done, because of the way that I conducted myself. Today, when I look back and I realize, what, girl, did you really do that? You know? So I think my inner child is crying from that perspective, that I have done a lot of mistakes. You know, so I need to sit down and heal this baby. And how do I heal this child? Understanding what is marriage in different perspectives. With that being said, my friend, now that you know the little girl in me, so what about your child traumas or your marriage? Firstly, how old were you when you got married?
I think I was, what am I now? I was 24.
You were 24?
24.
So that Tshidy, Kekana of a 24-year-old, did you not have those inner things that you wanted to heal? You
do have. I think the other thing with me, I just grew up loving marriage. I grew up having this thing ukuthi mina ngizosebenza ukukhula ngiskolweni ngisebenze and have a partner and get married. So marriage was one of the things that somehow they need to happen. Where I understand maybe also with the process yasesontweni vele ukuthi sonto lethu linjani. So, but me personally, I just loved marriage. And even though I did not know the other things, because I remember the other time, I was like, mina ngeke ngihlale basho umuntu akangikhulumisi the whole night, and then the whole day we're not talking. Mina ngizomkhulumisa ngenkani. And when I get there, because I was outside, remember? So when I get there, like, when that happens, I'm like, hey, but no. But at the time, like, so there's things that when you're outside, it's easy to say, you know, ukuthi mina emchadweni ngiyofika ngenze so umuntu loyo, because awumazi umuntu loyo, and in a background yakhe uyazi, and sikhula from the different backgrounds. I grew up with both parents, uyabanga babona boyithu. And then maybe now you cool up with both parents, but my father-in-law passed on.
Wow, sorry.
But his setup, is different from mine. We understand, because he's very quiet. He's an introvert. I mean, extrovert. So, and then I like, even, okay, he's too quiet. I'm talking. So
you're loud.
I'm loud. So and then he's like answering. Maybe I'll ask a question. engizoyibuza uzoyiphendula later on. I'm like, na Joe, but what I wanted to say, Guti, when you are outside marriage, you have your own perspective. Guti, marriage can be like this. But when you come in, you realize, Guti, it's actually a journey, and a journey of understanding one another. Firstly, understanding the background of a person.
Yes.
How did you, and then basically also on my side, then you try to match those things because of understanding. Oh, there are things that they always say childhood trauma catches up with all of us at some point if we don't deal with those things.
Yes.
So yeah, that child in me, was not aware of Uti. It's a roller coaster kind of marriage.
The 24 years.
Yeah.
Tshidy.
Because I was just 24.
Yeah, and on the other day I saw 18 years on your status.
Yeah, we're 18 now.
Wow, go.
Well, hell of 18, yo. Hi. Yes.
The wheel is rolling.
Jesus.
Go.
You're 18 years, says. And it comes with a lot. It comes with a lot of things. Like, you want to do this thing. Are you committed enough, to reach that? I understand, because maungena with the thing and it's not gonna work. Okay. Because at some point uzongala and maungena at the same time ungasinguwe. It's important to now ungena emshadweni ungena unguwe you I'm explaining this is me.
Okay.
If you love radio, I love radio. I remember the other time when we met, and then he asked me, hey, mina pela, I love media. Mina, I love acting. I'm still gonna do. I'm not there yet. Like, I was far away. Remember 24. I was not even aware. So actor at something.
Young,
but I told him, like, yo, mina pela so act. Mina pela love the space, the entertainment space. Are you sure?
You are asking him now.
Yeah, are you sure this is the woman you want?
Yes.
Because Kim said I'm busy or. The event.
I wonder what did he say? What did he say?
And then he said, I want you for as long as you want to know your role as a wife.
Okay.
As long as you want to be respectful.
Okay.
I want you the way you are. You don't even have to change one thing.
Okay.
We'll deal with the rest of the other things. I was like, okay.
Okay. So that was 20 years back, right?
Yeah.
18 years
18
back.
years, back.
So today, as we are sitting here, Manganye, is the scale still par or a lot has changed?
A lot has changed. I've learned a lot also about myself. I've never knew Guti I have this strength that I just thought ekhaya muzinkhule mina umntana kababa baba mvela izinto lezi zisindako bengazigugisi mina bakhona bazosiguga ngathi because benganamzimba vele bengiskini yabo, so bekafila ngathi ngiweak yabo, but I realized ukuthi I was maybe weak mongibhekile, so structure but strong inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember when I think we got married 2007 and 2008 I got an accident.
I remember,
and
friend.
Boom, accident. 6 months later I'm on a wheelchair.
What?
And like, what? Yabo, just got married and then you're on a wheelchair and chances of having babies now, all these things upside down. Families are frustrated. My mother-in-law's like, yo, barileka. Hey, gonzagala. So I had to go through that journey.
But how was it? Did he support you in any way?
Yeah?
Did he support you in any way?
He did, Shem. He did. Because I remember I was in hospital. It took me, I think, a week after they did operation. I did not wake up. And at some point, everyone was panicking. Everyone thought, like, she's gone. They don't want to tell us she's gone. We need water.
There's water right beside you.
Gosh, so...
Yeah.
I think I got emotional because of... I think like I was dead at some point. For the fact that I was dead at some point and came back.
My friend.
To think at some point, and then bengizabe ngikhambe ngingakachi even one footprint, not even having a child. At a 25-year-old, and then you are gone.
Yo.
Like, what could have happened? Baba? But what I love is the strength that I had, even in that space. Doctors asking me, and then Tshidy, do you remember what happened? I'm like, everyone looks like the last person I saw. Everyone looks like I know you. When I was secunda, no.
You had a memory loss, my friend.
I think I had a memory loss because at some point I was like, everyone was looking like I know you, like I know you.
Oh my word!
And I did not even realize, Guti, I can't walk. I remember the other time waking up. The first day I woke up is ngithi mina nurse ngiba ukuye bathroom, ipi bathroom la. Uthi bathroom, ngithi ya ngifuna ukuye bathroom. Uthi why ufuna ukuye bathroom? Ngithi no, ngifuna ukuzibona isiphi isipili kanti.
But what are you feeling? Are you feeling any sensation?
I'm not.
You are feeling nothing.
I'm not even aware of my surrounding. Mina ngifuna ukuye bathroom. And then she said, bathroom. Wena bathroom ya hao e hona mo. I don't know, when a bathroom you can't go to bathroom. Bathroom ko shapa number 2 ara honam. And like,
my word.
You know, the whole Tshidy now, mina kosa ngenzi bathroom like in front of everyone. Like you must be telling me something. You must be joking, serious. And the doctor came, and the doctor told me, Gutina, you can't walk. Like I can't walk. Yeah, you can't walk because of an accident. You have fractured both your legs, both your legs. And so you have to be on this set until you are right. And yourself thinking, manje mele ngenze number 2 in front of people. Iyenze kanjani into le, you know? Yeah. But sharp, fast forward. Yeah, I ended up doing that number 2 in front of them. I felt like my pride and everything is gone. I was like, you have to do it. And learn, you are in the space, you can't walk.
But did they tell you that this is only for now, at the later stage you'll be okay? Or they just told you you can't walk and that's it?
Yeah,
you didn't know what the future holds?
Yeah, he said, for now you are in this situation. So would see how do you respond?
How you are healing.
Yeah, how you healing. It was hell. I remember I was even forgetting days. All those things. I wasn't worrying about myself. But yeah, I would say I had good friends.
Yes.
I had good friends around me. I remember one of my friends came and then he asked me what is today's date. Like I could say, you can't sit here. I wouldn't say his name,
Yeah, you can if you want to.
And I wouldn't say it.
Okay.
And then he said, you can't sit here and not even knowing kilabukai, not reading books. You must read and keep your mind busy.
Okay.
You need to, connect with the world.
Yes.
Because otherwise this place is gonna consume you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he said something that, I was like not even...
That opened up your mind.
That opened my mind because I was thinking, like, sitting here, feeling sorry for myself. I think from there on, there was no one who was coming to check on me, saying sorry. I did not want anyone to say sorry because I felt horror. When you say sorry, you should say sorry when I'm 6 feet underground. And that sorry you should tell my mother. Sorry, my Tshidy. We lost Tshidy. But to say sorry in that state, in exchange, you should be saying, thank God, you are alive. We will deal with the other things, but we are pila. That gave me courage. At least I can still talk. My face is still fine. I'm not scratches or we can work with other things. As long as we can awoke this young person in here to fight and to come back and see you got a second chance. And you must use that second chance to the best of your ability. Because otherwise, life is for everyone. And so, that's what I did. they would come, a lot of them. Yo, a lot.
Me included.
You included. I remember you were fighting the other day.
Yo, my friend, you know, I don't want to lie. When I got back home and in my heart, I applauded you. I said, that girl has strength beyond strength. Because I imagine myself in a car accident. Woo-hoo! You had strength, girl.
Yeah.
You had strength of days. Because now you are in this accident. Now you are hurting. You go back home, right?
Yeah.
So what communications are you and husband using now?
Yo, hey, I remember the other day, things change. Because, you know, most especially, everything is here. You know, Shai bell, boom, and then they come. What's wrong, Star? My guy, okay. And then come again, you know. So, Mangfike Kaya, there's no bell. There is no bell.
There's no bell.
There's only me and my voice. I remember the first incident, name was my younger sister, ne? Ukhadi, yes, with my husband. So bangaphandle, yabo. So ngifunani or ngifuna ukuye bathroom, so the wheelchair is far, yabo. So ngibhizi ngiyabahwelela, hey, Khadi, no one is listening. Like Khadi, and I'm calling Manganye. Abezwa, because my voice is still crappy, it got the oxygen esibhedlela yabo. So abangizwa next, you know, I felt like I could just roll lapha empeteni ngwele pass ngicoming landi wheelchair le ngiclick ngiphumele ngaphandle ngibathuke. So by the time beza I'm like dead, crying. Ningchile la ngoba nje mina ngikwazi ukukhamba niyakhamba like sorry besingaboni nokuthi uyasibiza yabo. So the communication nokuthi vele they have to check on me all the time ukuthi ngiright ngenzani and umuntu olimele kuphela ihliziyo because of uziphelela ihliziyo, so everyone nje uba cheeky ufuna izinto zakho zenzeke the way wena ufuna izinto zakho zenzeke ngakhona nje trouble yabo. So he had to exercise this patience, but at some point I think he felt like this patience is too much. I mina ngiyakhamba vele ngibatshela ekhaya ukuthi uTshidy shema ngimkhoni. And then he went home and then he take me ne athi asamero vakasha kukheni. Sesiyahamba sekhaya vele so vakasha masifika
ekhaya. You're on a wheelchair now? Yeah,
masifika ekhaya ngihamba nge-wheelchair. Masifika ekhaya athi uTshidy
impossible.
It's hard to deal with her. Yabo. And then so sengikwatele angisana ndaba nabo impossibilities but sengikwatele ukuthi ungithatha njani la ungisekhaya ungakangitshela ukuthi uyocabela mina. Sifike njani la? Yabo? Ngathi somarne angisabuyeli nawe ngisho wena nawenza ama surprise nama ngibuyele move. Hlala khona la ngibuyeli zobuyela iwani ekhaya. Baba mothi dikgomo tsa ha Manganye ke dijile tsotle everything ka mora hao e berekisa ke lesedi ha sana ka mora wena. So ya hao ya ngalangala hore engking you should even be grateful that he came here and tell us hore wena you are just impossible. Because vele into mayimoshekile ibisela ku manufacturer and the manufacturer will tell you how do we deal with this, even your car say your engine is you go back to whatever brand that you bought your car from yabo. So yeah, then ke bangilungisa ke labazali laba
they spoke sense into you. They spoke
sense. My father told me you're on a highway, what are you rushing to? This is a journey. You can't rush this. You can't rush alone. Mawufika le phambili washayisa wamlinda and then uzobe wenzani sonke lesikhathi masofika ku destination while you left him there. Mawufika le phambili, what are you going to be doing? Because you're going to be bored in the process. So what is he going to be doing here and coming to you in the process? So
it's a journey for two.
It's a journey for two. So you need to both of you walk hand in glove. When you fall, he picks you up. When he's tired, you pick him up. Like that. So you don't have to feel like when you know so much or when you can do things alone. You must do things together.
When you are talking about that, my friend, my husband was also once in a car accident. God, it was a mission.
I remember.
It was a mission.
But how did you do with that?
Tshidy.
The same thing. I'm sure the same thing that I'm saying. You're reflecting like NFL. Yeah?
Yes, I almost lost myself in that, because you are dealing with this person. You are trying to care for this person.
Yeah.
But you know what? All that he does is, I don't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's one painful hurt that a person can do to you.
But it's because of maybe they're also bleeding.
Yes.
The situation where I'm here.
They don't even know how to deal with the situation.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, but, it's called marriage, right?
Yeah.
We are in it together, so we have to push.
Yes.
We don't have a choice. So, Mkosi, now that you are in a wheelchair, they take you home, back reporter, you come back. So now you are journeying together, right? You are healing. Everyone comes to see you heal and everything. Now the baby making starts.
Yeah, the baby making starts. Now, like, okay, I went to physiotherapist and, okay, crashes, and I can walk again. Mm-hmm. So now I was like, okay, maybe we can try for a baby, The journey of the baby starts and, another emotional journey, another... Shukuthi bazothi noma bathi siya ku baby shower uthi okay khambani umama zalo yangifuna le basho kunezinto azifuna, not even going in there, but because you don't want to be asked manje wena
don't want to be humiliated,
wena uzomthola nini umntwana kani wena kubalaphi kani what's wrong, we understand because as I was saying it's easy sometimes to say things when you are not there and not even realizing ukuthi umntwana isipho sakaNkulunkulu.
Exactly.
You don't have a date as much as okay, maybe now with the technology, but as in nature way you would not know ukuthi umntwana uzombeletha nini. You don't know nokuthi umntwana umluza like anyone's life. Akekho umuntu ona that calendar, your birth calendar, and even when you're gonna die, no one knows. Those are the secrets of God. Even when you're gonna be conceived, no one knows the time and exactly date. This was the date where you cashed.
Yes.
And even time. Those are secrets. So why would it be easy for people to say, Kandi wena uzomthola nini umntwana? Kandi waba ngumgodo ongagcwali. Kandi waba yinyumba and all those things. Okay, mhlambe indoda yakho must have another woman who would just give kids, you understand that? So the society is just too much,
Brutal.
Yeah. But and those things are hurtful at the same time because you are there. Now you're expecting, you don't know what's wrong. Or what's wrong, you go to the doctor, oh maybe this, maybe that, they do the checkings. Oh, okay. Well, let's correct the ovulations, let's correct this, you understand? So until you realize what is actually the problem. I remember I went through the journey, I think, for almost 5 years.
Oh, my friend.
And the other time, I sat my husband down, I'm like, you know what? If I can reach the age of 30 without having kids, I think would have to maybe go look for a second wife. With my approval, of course, so that I do not get surprises. So, Guti, wabelethi subani, wabelethi bani, estradin. At least let that happen with my knowledge, me knowing that you going to do that because of the situation that we have. Okay. It was done like that in olden days.
You were trying to come up with a solution.
Trying to come up, but God being God, he was like, nah, vacha piki baby. I'm gonna sort you out.
And he sorted you out.
He sorted me out like, but boom, I'm pregnant, triplets, Jehovah.
Sure.
Yeah. It was a complicated pregnancy at the same time, but for the fact that I'm pregnant, for me, it was a celebration. I felt like, this is amazing. Like, kanti nami vele ngakhono. I'm like, Jehovah, yo, Manganye ne tabele re letseng ka yona ra cancela baby.
Ari
modimo khan. Wa bona modimo khan ke roba? A se nna ke modimo, so please baby, forget what I said. Let's continue with our journey, yabo. Yeah, okay, fine. I was excited. Pregnancy being complicated. I'm bleeding there. Hospital again. So I ended up like losing those kids because of, I think they said my womb was small to carry the weight of the babies about 3.
Yes.
So it was like somehow cervical opening and stuff like that. So yeah, I lost them. I think it was April. Yeah, it was April. Then another stress again. But I was grateful in the very same stress that I was in. I was grateful that I could conceive at least. At least I'm not a problem. At least there's nothing wrong with me. It's just because of the process. Maybe there's too much stressing, too much expectations. Because we expect a lot from our partners. Maybe mina because I was like, oh, okay, well, I get pregnant, bra. Ngiphathe njengeqanda nyana uyabo nje yabo some fresh nyana, and so with my husband is very reserved. He's not that person who's gonna like get in here and do a magic
Tana flowers.
Ta-da! He's very much reserved, very reserved, and content at the same time. And I mean, I'm expecting a lot. I'm expecting movies. See the thing that we see on TV. Forgetting that at TV, Baba Palili script, and they're paying them for doing those things.
You were
romanticizing everything.
Yes.
Yeah, but after that, the miscarriage, and then I learned. We sat down and then we've learned Guti, we can't blame it to anyone. Yeah, we Nami at the same time, I had to lower my expectations. Yeah, I have to, because because of me, pregnancy is just impossible now. 1 minute I'm at work, 1 minute I'm bleeding at work. I have to rush home or either go to the doctor, to the gynecologist. It was just in and out. I have to go bed rest. Mission impossible. Someone has to work you. And men, sometimes they don't understand that. Now that she's in this condition, then you have to work the person. But you are deaf. Because you are normal here, but there's a problem is internal. And Mara slow right. They say it doesn't sit well with them. But yeah, we've passed through that stage, and we tried again. And then we got twins again.
Amen.
Yeah, so I was like, at least God, because that was my prayer. I don't want to have or to conceive a child. Also, I want, because I'm gonna always have that wound. But even though I don't want to make a replacement, but at least to to patch my heart, to be easy to pass through the situation. Maybe triplets. I could have triplets. Every time when I look at my child. So at least when they come with there's a bunch of work. Then I'm working them. I forget what happened in the past.
Okay.
I focus with the bunch of work that I have now. And God was great. I had twins again.
Oh wow.
So and the rest was like following. So the house is full.
Yes.
It was once quiet in the house.
Popping.
I
know.
Nizoba remote instead. Manqeda ukuba remote. Akekho zongena phakathi azo susa the commotion. So at least when there's kids in the house, remote my wheel. Mama, why did you put the remote down? You did it. It's Papa. Okay, Papa. And then the next thing you're talking, if there was just that tension, Yana. So I think the kids are blessings. To be able to wrap some things that you don't have to fight for nothing.
Yeah, I think God knew, my friend. When God created marriage, He knew what He was doing.
Yeah.
He was creating partnership. He was creating growth, He was creating us to multiply, because He says in His word, multiply, Because at some stage I also lost twins. I think, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Oh, my friend. But thank God we are praising a God that restores. So He restored. All is well. So, my friend, tell me, in this whole drama of marriage and everything, how is the intimacy between you and husband almost 2 decades later. Remember, it's you and him, same person, same wife, same. How is the intimacy? And how do you keep it? How do you keep the spark going, for so many years? You said 18 years.
Wait, gosh.
Tell us.
The intimacy is, okay, it's nice, or maybe I love it, but it's not.
At the end of the day, you need to love it and enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe because I love it, it's nice. Though kids sometimes, I find when you don't have kids, you get it's you and him, toe to toe, kitchen, dining room, everywhere. Yeah, it's business. Yeah, but when you have kids now, you have restrictions.
Yes.
Time, number one, you have to come back from work, do everything in the kitchen, make sure they eat, make their homeworks, and they sleep. Then and you can cater the bedroom conversation. Yabo? Because vele kuba impossible ukuthi you can be busy abantwana basavukile because 1 2 3 mama I want the phone, give me the phone, and then the business again.
Yeah.
Why did you lock the door?
Yeah.
Open.
Why did you lock the door? Yeah.
Exactly. So vele you have to because everything changes. Shuguti change is just there in a marriage, because when you were two, when there's kids, now you change things, you change how you do things. When there's kids, now you try to protect them, not to also see what is happening in the bedroom side. So it's something that you do later on. And remember, we're working. You go to work, I go to work. We do all those things. We are tired. We come back tired. By the time you wanna do them dancing, Aisha, it's either you're gonna pass out when you're still thinking they're sleeping now, and then when you wake up, it's like in the middle of the night. But yeah, sometimes it's also having the strategy of how to maneuver the whole thing.
My friend, being a working mom is difficult.
It's difficult. Yeah.
So now, okay, how do you?
But we do. We also do baby vacation for 2.
Yes.
Yeah, just to reconnect back and see are we still in love?
Move away from the crowd.
Yeah. Sometimes you can think that you're in marriage only to find you are raising kids. I'm married.
You can say
hey,
that
I'm married. Can't you are raising kids?
You can say that again.
When kids are old, now this is not the person I thought is. Now you find people divorcing at the age of 30 years later in marriage, they're divorcing.
I've got someone that always says to me, like literally, she says that to me.
Yeah.
Don't worry, now it's about the kids.
No, I don't work like that. I can't exhaust myself and watch myself aging just to win the labandwan. What about me? And I don't want ukuthi bese ngiba mother-in-law who's gonna come control my kids or their wives because of now when the labandwan. You're gonna have a problem. You're gonna be a problem to your son's house because you'd want things to happen the way you could have been treated.
Yeah.
You'd want that treatment in their house. Like you'd want to make your son your husband of how to treat the daughter. We understand. So you should have your own space. You should be loved correctly. Find love enough so that when your son get married to someone else or have a daughter-in-law, you know what love looks like. You don't want to imagine things. You don't want your child. It's the same as a career. You don't want to miss out a lot on your career, and then the next thing be a doctor because when I couldn't be a doctor.
Because you couldn't be a doctor.
Why you didn't be a doctor yourself? We understand.
Projecting on your
exactly.
child. Yes.
Let your kid be. So angifuna uba ngumother-in-law ohluphayo. Ngifuna uba ngumother-in-law ukuthi hey wena umbambe so. Wenze so. Yebo?
Yes, girl.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? I'm quiet on that topic because I don't know what kind of a mother-in-law I will be. I'm praying to God to be a right one.
Yeah.
The way I love my boys, Tshidy, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I like my prayer is that I need to come down and I need to give them space to grow, because they are boys, they are mending into womanhood now, you understand?
I remember the other time I was talking to this other guy. I was asking him, why are you? Every time I meet someone who looks like a version of my mother, I leave that person because my mother was just too much, like too impossible to be pleased. So when I meet someone and I'm going to see red flag,
Okay.
so I'm going back to the things ukuthi we shouldn't be too much protective. Uyabona ukuthi umntana akho sekaya uzonda certain behaviors zakho.
Okay.
And when you're not aware, when you're thinking you're loving them, kanti uyamosha. Uyabo?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when it comes back to the fact that the intimacy, that it's being limited with the kids, let's say now you are angry to one another.
Yeah.
How do we fix that dilemma? How do we go now into the bedroom? Hubby is angry. Mommy is angry. How do we? Because I think in the Bible, God says, your body is not your own body. It's your husband's body, and vice versa, So now, in order to be true to each other and to contain this marriage, how do we do it?
Mina noma singakwatelana. Vele angikwati konke.
Ukwata half.
I mean, angikwata half. Gonka kwati vele.
Okay.
That's how much I love it. So angikwati up until gonke. Sizokhuluma. And after talking, we have to do it.
But my friend, someone at home is sitting and literally it is happening. That one I know, that if we are angry to one another, we do not even want to touch each other, let alone talk about it. I'm angry. Don't talk to me. And then ngiyolala in guest bedroom.
You know the danger of not talking to one another is you must cut it very fast. Because it starts small. It starts from the argument. The argument that happens and then you didn't see eye to eye. And toluguti utolumundo or quite well. And when maybe you're not quiet. And when you're quiet, you're giving him peace because his peace is based on quiet.
Yes.
And then you let it, I'm not going to talk to him today. You let the day fall to another day. You keep quiet. Something else add on. You keep another. You end up being separated. But living in the same bed, sleeping in the same bed.
Cracks.
Because of that simple thing that you could have just discussed. Like, but I did not like 1, 2, 3. Why did you do so? But you could have done. We are vala simple. But once you leave it a gap, it's going to be a gap. How do you come back again and resolve? Now there's a lot of things involved that caused by one thing, argument, that was maybe avoided. So mina vele ankoni, I normally say I don't want to put a lot of bad energy into my space.
Okay.
I'm a free soul and I don't want to carry things that is only maza at the same time. So anything that is wrong, when it's ticking and I feel like my heart is not right, we talk about it. When as long as my heart is ticking wrong, we have to talk about it until we get the solution on it.
So what about the other partner if he feels that, because there's dramatic people that will literally say, I'm not ready to talk now.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying people are not the same. Uguti omunye I don't want to talk about it. Mina, we will talk. Mina vele I would say, can we talk? Askwazi ungdlula la or ngdlulise la. I want to understand. If mhlampe it's not the right time, you want to talk tomorrow. Talk tomorrow again. I'm gonna remind you. If mhlampe angizizwa kahle, I'm gonna write. I'll rather write my emotions out and write down the whole verse explaining why am I not okay, and then you
on
either
WhatsApp,
read that, yes,
or you send it to him.
Exactly, I'll send it to him how I feel.
Okay.
If ngiyakhuluma ufila ngathi I'm raising my voice or ufila ngathi you can't listen to me now, and then I'm gonna write to you, write a letter, love letter.
Okay,
baby, this is not happening right. This is not right. Yeah, so yeah.
And another thing that we are struggling with in Black communities, things that we put underneath the rug, I want us to talk about infidelity, cheating.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of families are breaking because of or husband or wife can't be honest, stick to their marriage
Partners.
contract, you know, because marriage contracts talk about two people. There's no third person.
Yeah.
So I just want to understand someone at home sitting and looking and is going through serious problems of infidelity. What would you advise?
I think that one it's difficult because it also deals with what kind of a person that you're married to, and as we see on social media, things are not good. Things are not looking good, yeah, but it also goes back. You can't blame yourself on something that someone decided,
Yes.
because you decide to do that. You take your time and decide this is what I'm gonna do, and then you go do it. Yeah, I wouldn't say how are you gonna hold that person, but the only person that you cannot hold accountable is the third person who was brought by either your husband or
So you're not
wife,
approaching the other
you
person.
you can't be dramatic. Hey, awuhlukana nendoda yami, indoda yakho
Is the one that went. Okay.
see fit ukuthi yona ihambi iye lapho and then besibuye ikulethela idrama. So you can't deal with the drama external.
Okay.
Because when you know this person, you deal with the person that you are here with, the person that brought you there in that house, and say, you are going to be my wife 365 days for as long as we shall live.
Okay.
Yeah, so you deal with the person and ask them, what is it that drives you out? Yini le eshotayo or engishota ngayo ke mhlambe ke, or maybe that drives you vele, maybe ngiyenza ukuthi you find peace outside. Because I normally would find men saying, yo thina sithanda peace, but asking yourself, are you peace when? Are you at peace?
With that being said, you know, my psychologist told me that it's never like me going to a session with a psychologist.
Yeah.
She said to me, it's not my fault.
It's not. Can't
You
be
know,
your
because
fault.
as women, we blame ourselves. Yo, nonile. Yo, what? Angsese muhle. Yo, you know, you blame yourself as a woman. But I learned that it is not about me. It's about him, his own insecurities, his own mental health. It's really not about you as a wife, you know? So that's what I learned as years are going. But at first, like anyone else, you blame yourself.
Yeah.
Why? What happened? What changed? What is it that I'm not doing right?
But sometimes there's factors that someone is doing. Sometimes you'd find a woman who would just not be there, who would just create a space. They normally say when you create a space, someone is going to knock. Yeah, maybe a city, you don't care about anything else. You don't even care about this guy and asking him, are you really okay? Are you sure you're fine? Are we still in the right track? Are you still seeing this marriage the way I see it? Yeah, there's any gaps, there's things that we must work on, both sides. Yeah, yeah, because sometimes we would leave the gaps. I don't want to maybe talk on their behalf or something, but I know sometimes there's those issues that you find someone putting the excuses, even though there's no excuse for that, because you decide this is what I'm going to do, or maybe find comfort in it, because there's going to be that person who's going to give you comfort, and maybe you were talking your troubles and and that person give you the 20% that is going to triple the whole 80% that you had in the house. They always say the 80-20 rule. 20% seems so exciting because the person cannot hold you accountable. Akakwazi vele ukwazi laphi. Uyazi ukuthi ulala njani, khona kangangani. Ibhili yapatelwa. Brotho buyathengwa. Akwazi everything. Akwaziko it's you coming saying you look beautiful. I love how you look. It's only that moment that sounds like a whole life, but it's actually not a whole life. When you take that to the whole life, it's something else. Na ingekho ayivumeli ndo oyivumelako. Or na ungayivumeli na ingekho ayivumele the third person.
I am a person that loves kids.
Yeah.
So in our marriages, I learned that our kids are hurting.
Yeah.
You know, with what is going on between mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
So what can you advise? How do we treat our marriages so that they cannot hurt our kids.
I love kids so much and their well-being. I do not argue with their father in front of them.
Okay.
I do not scream at their father in front of them. Like all those things that I know it's going to be a problem. You know, if maybe it will sound like I'm raising my voice or there's an argument, it's feud. I don't do those things in front of them. It could be maybe just an argument, a simple one. But oh, okay, a healthy one. Maybe we need to hold each other accountable and then maybe I'm angry or something. I would not do that in front of my kids because I know they are sponge, sort of, they are consuming everything that you're gonna say. Absorb, anything that you're gonna do. By absorb, my mother is crying. Abandona vele, they are soft spotted to their mother. And they'll think like my father maybe is abusing my mother slept crying, or my mother is not fine. But they would not show you. At home my mother is sleeping crying. So, and that damages the kids, even their performance at school. Even performance it drops because of the behavior yabazali. Normally the GPV, something like that. Some of other things are things that come from the home, and as it created an unbreakable cycle. Because of now you're staying here, you are abuser, you're beating your wife, and the kids are here. You know, you see social media with someone beating their wife, and then the kids is here. And the kids thinks it's right. And then attracted to this bully. And this bully is going to be beating my kids. Because of your baba kabetu mama, it feels like it's right. We understand. Because now you bone kabo kwenzeka lo. Feel ngathi umfazi makangezo, this is what you need to do. Umfazi ukuthi umfazi abe right. Which is, those are the things that we need to work on as parents, as a husband and wife. What are we creating? What kind of society do we want to see for our kids? We understand. Because we can't create something ukuthi abantwana bakera our load. You know, the cycle that is bad and feel like it's right. Because sometimes abanye bayikhiphe esikolweni and ahlaba umunye ngomuko because of his bleeding off what he's seeing home. Ubaba khona ubethu mama akhe ngebhodlelo, so yena ienga leyo ikhamba ikhiphela umntwana nomunye innocent mara uyokuhlaba umunye umntwana limala umntwana because of what is happening at home.
When two elephants fight,
yes,
the grass
exactly suffers. So we need to really guard our kids. If we want a generation that is healthy, we really need to guard our kids.
We really need to.
But it's so much impossible at some point because some people, you know, the background is so not nice, and you find them shouting, and but maybe that 2% that we can do, because we can't change the world, we must change ourselves, then the world would somehow find it better.
Okay, I think it's because of our marriages are hurting, my friend, hence the space that we created as Let's Heal Marriages. Guys at home, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to like, subscribe, share. There's always numbers on the bottom of the screen, and help us grow this channel. My friend, any last words?
Oh, yes. Thank you for inviting me, Mrs. Mabhuma. I think I enjoyed talking to you and catching up. Catching up, you know, as friend. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. And I would say to the people out there who still want to be married, who still want to get in the marriage, get in knowing what you want, knowing why are you getting married. Yes. Don't get into a marriage with your own expectations. You know, you need to know too much expectations can be wrong. Yes. Because you get in there and expecting this guy to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, forgetting to put your own expectations, forgetting to put yourself accountable at the same time. What are you going to put on the table of expectations yourself to this marriage to work? When you want someone to deliver, what are you delivering yourself? So immediately when you know, this is what you're going to do, your expectations, his expectations, and then you blend in and find a tone as you want. Because as I was saying, we come from different backgrounds. Your background, my background is too different. But you need to find your own backgrounds, that two backgrounds that's going to create one background yenu enizoba yi-2 kiyo ungasoloku refera ukuthi mina ekhaya naye ekhaya ithini ekhaya lethu, this is what we're gonna do. So yeah, for as long as you can find that, I think you would enjoy a marriage, and all these challenges would follow. You'll be able to be fine.
You'll be able
swim nicely
to win whatever challenge comes when you fight it together.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you so much. You can find me, go Facebook, Tshidy, Kekana, Manganye, TikTok as well, Comedy Friday, Mam Vilagazi. Yeah. Indoda yami lehluphayo Vilagazi. Thank you so much.
May those grow as well, because you are doing such a good job there.
Yeah,
yes, we also love it. Thank you.
Yeah, the other typical kind of a man, Zulu man there.
Guni man, eh?
Exactly.
I normally watch that. It's very funny. Thank you, Siyathokoza. Sizonibona. Bye-bye.
Bye.